Hello out there, and welcome to Pine Tree Disc Golf coverage of the 2022 Maine Bracket Madness. This footage was shot last week up at Ghost Tree in Augusta by Isaac Stakes Salisbury, and my name is Miles Knight. I'm a buddy of the four guys that we're going to see featured here today, and hope to offer some insight as to what is in their bag, maybe even in their minds, as they take on this 8,000-foot course. First on the tee, we're going to see Dave Janco and Tucker Troast, who are coming off a big win over Quarry and Steve Trottier at Pineland. Janco and Troast shot a 51 to knock those guys out of it, and are surely rolling on some good momentum as they step up to the tee. After them, it'll be Dan Racaniello and Gavin Joannides, the dynamic Devil's Grove duo, who are coming off a win over Austin Hancock and Jeff Russell at the Nevada Eagle. The winner of this match gets to face David Lever and Caleb Biggers, a couple Woody B guys, for the next round, and the winner of that will represent the South in the final four of this bracket. Without further ado, let's hop ahead to hole one, and we'll see Tucker lining up his shot. Here we are on hole one. Tucker looking uphill at a 510-foot hole. Not a lot of trees in the way, and he's going to go something probably pretty flippy for some maximum distance. Walks away, knows where it's going. And Janco also looking to shoot something up there. Might have hyzered a little early, but he seems just fine with it. Dan Rack trying to play that tailwind. I'm going to guess it's a race he's throwing. Got plenty of distance on that, making his way up the hill. A miraculous drive would give these guys a long look for two. And Gavin has held onto that a little too long, doesn't love it. They're going to take Rack. And Rack launches his approach up there. Remember, there's a tailwind. That might be a little too much. Gavin calling for it to slow down. And Rack making way for the captain. Gav makes the adjustment. Sends something nice and slow up there. Hyzer's out. Probably in the circle. Tucker and Janco with a bit of a distance advantage on this first hole. Both sending their approaches. Janco might be trying to tickle the chains here. Doesn't quite do it. Gav lines up a 20-foot tailwind putt, dead center, no problem. Picks it up, takes his three, moves along. Tucker's going to line his putt up here, and I suspect we're going to see the same thing. There you go, couple threes, moving on. On hole two here, I have a feeling we're going to see these guys throw the same disc they threw on hole one, in large part because that tailwind is still going strong. Tucker seems to have sent his short and left just a bit. Janco, I anticipate, is looking for some late turn on his disc, something to get him up the tree line on the left side of that path there. But shakes his head, says it wasn't good. Guess it wasn't good. Rack yanks some grass out of the ground, roofless, and sends this low and largely straight, although I want to say he's going to be pinched off by a tree up there, making that approach a little more complicated than it needs to be. Good stop, captain.
Oh, too straight.
And Gav finally lets loose. Calls it a little too straight. I think it was, but it's going to give him a nice open second shot. I think we're catching the very tail end of Gav's shot there, and Rack's going to hope to get something a little further up there to the rock wall, something they can putt from, take their three, and move on. And that is a bit more like it. Might have even given that one a run. Looks like it's settled in the circle. Tucker stepping out with a forehand. Makes it 2/3 of the way to the basket. Not all the way. He is just outside the circle. And David, it appears, has also caught a tree. Those guys are going to be outside. See if Tucker wants to take a step. He does not. He just holds that pose, looking like a statue. And Janco strikes just about every chain there is, but it drops right out. They call it a good putt. It wasn't. Rack, that's what I'm talking about. Puts it right in, and it looks as though Rack and Gavin are going to walk off this hole with a one-stroke advantage as Rack lines up his shot. He's shooting right up to the tree line. In the middle of those trees, you're going to see a bit of a gap. They're shooting for that. Gavin, low, straight, hard, calling for it to come back. And I want to say it has. That is a nice shot. I think we missed Janco and Tucker's tee shot, but here we go on the approach. Janco going with his AVR X3. And he's feeling pretty good about that. Nice and smooth. I want to say that made it all the way up to the pin. giving Tucker a chance to be a little more aggressive. Throws it on Heiser. His body language says slow down. Here we go. Rack from Gavin's drive.
Yep, perfect.
He's really winging one.
Nice butch.
And given that that didn't hit a single tree, I want to say he's up where he wants to be. Gavin getting ready with a forehand. We don't see him throw a ton of these, but sheesh, when he does, you better watch out. I couldn't tell you how that one worked out. Lost sight of it. Not sure exactly how these guys have chosen to do their order. Some like to play hot hand. Some like to go odds even Sally.
Perfect.
Rack steps up after a skip. It looks like that Paxter and Pine Needles are going to give him just that. Gavin wanted a little more flip up to make it around that tree. Tucker playing something very similar to Rack's shot. These guys might be sharing a wavelength. And Janco going to show us a different line, throwing lefty. Let's see what he's got for us. Ooh, David playing the right side of that fairway, maybe hoping for some late turn. Looks like he's going to put out from Tucker's. Easy two, no problem. And Rack putting from his own drive. Easy peasy. These guys are on hole 5 now. Gavin going first and another sidearm from Cap. Let's see if he can keep that out in the open before it fades out. We're still watching it. He likes it. Rack likes it. Rack's going to step up. Another man who has been working on his forehand, although he appears to be lining up a backhand.
Oh my
low
God.
and a little bit to the right. He does not like that. I don't like it either, Rack. Come on, man.
Scoot.
Tucker also in for that gap on the right.
Wow, that's good.
A little low. Some good ground play might have helped him out there. He gives that baby face. And there you go. David draining a putt. Cleaning up a deuce. Gavin making it look easy. And I want to say if that was his forehand drive, that is a crush. Dan Rack on an approach shot. Lines it up, slides it down there. Man, we got to get some zoom on these shots. That must have hit metal or come real close.
On the left side. Come on.
Oh man, this isn't even approach.
Off the rock.
That's a whole hole we're looking at right now. Rack gives it an eighth run. This hole's short. Tucker sends one down there.
Slow down.
You might have sensed that. Just a little to the right. He's calling for it to slow down. I want to say that had a little too much glide on it. And we'll see what Janco does with his putter here. Looks as though he's held on just a little too long. Tucker's drive gives him a good look for 2, and Janco does what he does best. Cleans up. From out of the woods any moment here, we are going to see a disc skip off that ground. Here comes another. And these spectators, I don't know what they're thinking, but they're standing in a dangerous place. We're going to see if any tragedies occur. And gosh, I wish I could just tell them, heads up, fellas. You really got to check where your head's at here. Waiting on that 4th drive to shoot down